Hi, this is Dennis Gage. Thanks for tuning into My Classic Car, home of the certified car nut. Well, this week we're in Ruidoso, New Mexico for the Run to Ruidoso Downs. This event takes place at the Ruidoso Downs racetrack with the beautiful Sacramento Mountains as a backdrop. The track is one of the premier horse racing facilities in the nation during the summer months. But on the first full weekend in October, it becomes a sea of color as horsepower of a different breed takes over the facility. Now, to give us some background on this cool gathering, here's Bob Knoll, one of the original founders of this event. Bob, how you doing?
Just fine, and you?
What a day, what a beautiful day.
Beautiful day, yeah. Last night wasn't too neat.
Wasn't too neat, was it? And that's why we're not actually on the infield of the track this year.
It's a swimming pool.
It's a swimming pool, right? Well, it's better that we have these cars out here then, isn't it?
Yes, this is much better.
So how many years you been doing this?
This is the 16th year.
And has it grown a lot for you?
Oh, wow. It started out, a fellow named Mike Malden and I put it together 16 years ago at the old airport. And we just got on the phone and started calling people. Some 80 cars showed up, and we were in the park for 10 or 12 years. But we outgrew the park. It will only hold 300 cars.
So you moved out here, eh?
Yes. The
and
infield,
it's been growing ever since?
Yeah, it just keeps getting bigger every year.
Now this is an all-volunteer event?
Yes. 2 clubs are involved, Early Times Street Rides of El Paso and our club, Las Cruces Rod Runners. There's a committee of 8 that are on the board of directors, 8 couples. It's a family thing. And we pretty much put the thing together, but the whole club comes in and helps park and put up signs. And
now you guys also raise money for a charity with this event, don't you?
Yeah, Special Olympics is who we're doing. And we've got several things going on to make money there. We've got a motor down there that we're raffling off that was built by Dr. Dean Hill, who was NHRA's first fuel analyst. People will buy tickets for $1 a piece, and the money goes to Special Olympics.
Excellent. So how many cars are you expecting this year?
We should hit over 600 this year.
Oh, that's really nice. That's great. Well, I see them still streaming in. I mean, it doesn't look like it's slowing down. What do you say we, cruise by registration, see what the count's actually up to?
Sounds like a winner.
All right, man.
The Run to Ruidoso Downs started 16 years ago and has grown well beyond all expectations. There were so many cool cars here that I could barely keep up, like this 1927 Model T Roadster. Its frame was custom built by John, the owner, and it has a Speedway fiberglass body. This little baby just screams fun. Now for something a little more exotic, check out this next car.
Mark, a 34 Hudson Terraplane. This is a rare car.
Yes, it is.
And man, you've done a wild job on it. This
Thank
thing
you.
Screams. It's so white. What is the color?
It's a white diamond pearl.
Man, and how about your trim?
The accents are a blue pearl with a baby blue pinstripe.
Beautiful car. And these things were just so flowing all the way through. I mean, the fenders and everything is so sleek, but your interior is gorgeous. I mean, where did it all come from?
Imagination. It's climate control, heating and air conditioning, cruise control, intermittent wipers, built-in radar detector, sound system, all digital.
All the goodies.
All electronics.
And white, you got the teal belts and even a teal headliner. You've really carried that theme. But what's under the hood? What do you?
Let me show you that.
What do you got? Because I'm sure it's not the Hudson engine.
No.
No. Holy cow. Is that an LT1?
That's an LT1.
Man. Beautiful. And you've, again, teal. Gee, what a surprise,
Yeah.
And the mural you've got under the hood is just stunning.
A friend of mine by the name of Jim Pearson does graphic arts with an airbrush, and he did all that.
I mean, you got this whole mermaid thing going on, don't you?
There's 156 fish in there.
Wow.
And there's a little scuba diver over there, can't believe what he's seeing.
I'm sure he can. Now, I can't believe you drive this baby.
Not yet. As soon as I get through showing it, then I'll start driving.
It is stunning. And by the way,
it's a fresh car.
That's a nice mustache you got.
Thank you. I like yours also. It's
funny you should say that.
envious.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I tell you, beautiful car, and thanks for bringing it out today.
Thank you very much.
It is stunning. You do great work.
Thank you. Glad you
Man.
appreciate it.
I want to go for a swim, I think.
I saw some truly outstanding paint and graphics at this show. This 53 F100 was a good example. I loved its two-tone black and ivory parchment pearl combo with wild tangerine highlights. And in the graphics category, this Camaro really caught my eye.
Jimmy, this is a radical 69 Camaro. I love this thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
It grabs you, doesn't it?
It's different.
And you got the attire for it.
You got a
don't you?
dress. It's right.
Man, the whole thing. I mean, the color, the black and orange, but it's the graphics that I thought were so cool. Kind of the '57 Chev nod to the '57. Huh?
Exactly. Something different.
And you got some serious wheels too. What, 20s?
18s and 20s.
18s in front, 20s in the back?
Correct.
Man, they look great. And also, four-wheel discs. It looks like you've beefed this thing up from a performance standpoint, too.
Yeah, it's kind of an old car with a new style to it.
Yeah, you know, kind of show and go.
Exactly.
Huh? But you definitely, again, giving a nod to the retro, you got the Houndstooth interior.
You got to have the Houndstooth.
Man. So where'd you, I mean, that looks like brand new. Did you find the fabric or something?
Well, it's just a kit that I ordered, just to redo the whole interior.
So, you know, you've got pretty much a stock look, but you got a, you know, more modernized console.
Exactly, exactly.
Oh, this is cool. Did you build this baby?
I built the interior.
Uh-huh.
The outside was done by some friends.
Man, I did a nice job.
Yeah, they did a great job.
So, under the hood, what do we got?
Under the hood is a Ramjet 350 crate motor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's, I mean, you're so clean all around with this thing, and that the orange firewall and the fender wells really highlight that engine, don't they?
Exactly. Yeah, it's a very reliable motor. It's a lot of fun.
So do you drive it?
Every day.
Oh, man.
Just about, yep. Every day I can, I'll put it that way.
Yeah, it turns heads, I bet, like
a
crazy.
lot.
Oh, yeah.
It stands out in the crowd.
So you having a good time at the run here?
Yeah, this is great. I'm having a great time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of cool cars.
Lots of cool cars, more than I thought there'd be.
Yeah, getting a lot of attention on this one, though?
Yeah, it's doing good.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Hey, man, wild machine.
Appreciate it.
Thanks
you.
a lot. That is a cool ride.
Thank you.
In the mid-1950s, Ford decided to try their luck in the high-end luxury car market and launched a whole new division to do it. For 2 short years, in 1956 and 57, the Continental division built one of the most beautiful cars of all time, the Mark II.
Well, today we're down in Ocala, Florida with Rick Schmidt. Rick, great to have you on the show again.
Good to see you too, Dennis.
Rick's always got great cars when I come down here, but he's got one of my personal favorites, the 56 Continental Mark II.
Right, Continental, not Lincoln.
Not Lincoln Continental.
The Continental division was started in 1956, well, started prior to that, but specifically to introduce the 56 Continental Mark II.
And then only ran 2 years.
For 2
56
years.
and 57.
Right, it was a very expensive, a very bold experiment by Ford to prove to the world that they could build and construct a hand-built, ultra-elite luxury car.
And that it is. And from a design standpoint, what a departure from everything else that was going on in the 50s.
It really was, and it was very much ahead of its time, very clean, low, sleek.
This thing's so beautiful. And
Right.
it's a timeless design. It still looks great today. You had the Continental bump in the trunk. Got to have
Right,
that.
the trademark bump in the
Of
trunk.
course, the exhaust coming out the bumper.
All sorts of little features and details on this car. The gas filler is hidden behind the tail light
That's
there.
just too cool.
Everywhere you look on this car, you find small details like that, right down to the door handles and the rear view mirrors. Everything was really designed for this car, specifically for it, and everything you look at is really a work of art.
Well, and the interior is just continuing that. It's just stunning. It's just beautiful.
Right. There's the interior, again, very futuristic, very what I would consider kind of concept car, show car for its time. It's the type of interior you would expect to see in those futuristic magazine articles, but not in a production car such
Well,
as
now this is a special car to begin with, but this is a special Mark II. That WCF on the steering wheel?
This car was the personal car of William Clay Ford, who also owns the Detroit Lions.
Hence the blue and silver?
Hence the blue and silver. It's Honolulu blue and silver, which were William Clay's personal colors.
Wow. Now, these were powered by 368 originally.
Originally.
But he had this thing all gone through, eh?
He drove this car considerably. In 1968, he pulled it into Ford Engineering and gave the orders that he wanted it retrofitted with all 1969 Mark III drivetrain to make it more drivable. So it's got a 460 V8
Let's open it
C6
up.
transmission.
I gotta see it.
It's even got disc brakes on the front, which originally were not equipped on these cars.
Wow. Fits pretty well.
It fits right in there. It's a little bit tight on the steering box, and when you get it up on the rack, it's they had to do a little bit of chopping up on the frame to make the transmission fit in. But other than that, it's a pretty direct drop-in.
So a few other tricks, like the distributor looks a little different.
Yes, there's some experimental pieces in here, and the distributor is one of them. That's a one-off hand-built distributor. That's a 460 distributor that's been modified to accept the tack cable for a gear-driven tack.
Now, one thing that strikes me though is this is clearly a modified car, but you're sporting a AACA Senior first place prize here.
Right, we approached AACA with this car with considerable documentation showing, proving that it was William Clay Ford's car and that all the modifications did take place within the walls of Ford. And they went ahead and gave us the green light to show it in the stock division of AACA, where it's reached its senior level.
So modifications are okay if they're done by Ford Engineering, right?
I suppose, or GM or Chrysler, depending on the origin of the car.
It's just incredible, and Honolulu Blue is so beautiful. And
Yes.
this was his daily driver.
Yes, an interesting story is that we were fortunate enough to be invited to display the car in front of a world headquarters for the Ford 100th anniversary. And the day we got there, it was raining, so they offered to store it in the executive garage at world headquarters. And the employees there had been there for years.
Said,
the same
"Hey,
employees.
I know this car."
I pulled up in the car and they came running out of this booth and say, "Hey, that car, we remember that car.
Wow.
That's Mr. Ford's car, isn't it?" And they remembered it very well.
Well, let's pretend our name's Ford.
Let's
and let's
do it.
go drive this baby.
Of course. Let's go.
Close her up.
Welcome back to My Classic Car as we go for a ride in this stunning 56 Continental Mark II.
Now, how long have you had this one in the family, Rick?
This car came to us, if I remember correctly. There's so many, but
What a problem to have.
actually, this is one of the earlier cars. One of the cars we've owned the longest. I think Dad bought it in 1980.
Now, what kind of shape was it in?
It was kind of rough. Mr. Ford had commissioned a restoration, a re-restoration on it in the mid-70s by a company out west that didn't do the best of work. So it's been a roughly 20-year journey in getting this car from the way we received it, from purchasing it out of that warehouse in Detroit to where it is today.
Well, it's just beautiful. $10,000 in 1956.
That was a whole ton of money. That was
It was
the
twice as much
equivalent.
as the Premier. The Premier was $4,600.
Right, a fully decked out Cadillac Eldorado was roughly $5,000. You could buy 2 Eldorados for the price of one of these. You could buy 3 Thunderbirds for the price of one of these. So indeed, it was an expensive car.
Sort of the high water mark in price, absolutely. Now, that's a much bigger engine for the 460 versus the 368. I mean, do you believe it's got a lot more power than the original, or?
I believe it does. I've driven both cars, and my father and I have differing views on this, but maybe I've just tended to lay into the gas a little bit more than he has. But,
You? Go figure.
But this 460 in this Mark II, it'll really cook right along, and it does really well at highway speeds too. Once you get on the highway, you can just speed right up to on the interstate to 70 or
Just cruise.
and cruise and go right with the flow of traffic. The car is actually very practical for driving. You know, other than your worst fear of a rock chip on the nose of it, it can drive anywhere. It could, I've driven it to several shows over 100, 200 mile spans.
And it floats along. I mean, it really does seem to have a lovely ride.
It rides beautifully. It's very tight. It's very rattle-free. It's a nice driving car.
Not a bad turning radius for a boat either, I gotta say.
No, not too bad, relatively speaking.
Rick, that is absolutely beautiful. What a great car, man.
Yeah, it's a real experience driving this one.
Thanks so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
You know, I
Anytime.
love coming down here, and yeah, I wouldn't mind driving this one. You don't think I could actually?
Yeah, anytime. In fact, we can go out right now if you'd like to.
You know, I kind of would.
Okay.
That's why I like coming
Plenty of
down
gas
here.
left.
All
All right.
right.